Okay, so boom, you want to start a podcast. The very first thing you need to do is go to anchor.fm and download the Anchor app. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free 99. You can record from a computer or you can record directly from your phone, and it sounds amazing recording from your phone. Anchor is equipped with creation tools that allow you to edit your audio and even add sound effects. They will distribute your podcast on many platforms such as like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Best of all, you can monetize. Just as I'm recording this here sponsorship, you can do the exact same thing. And you can get a couple of coins every time someone listens to your podcast. So how cool is that? So go to anchor.fm or go to your favorite app store, download the Anchor app, and get started today. I can't wait to hear your podcast.
She do what she wanna do. She do what she wanna do. Ooh. She do what she wanna do.
She do what she wanna do. Lower to the grave, tell you like it is to your face. She don't play. Every chick down for it all, know that she a boss. No competition, no loss. From the Midwest to the A, Autumn got you tuning in, no delay. Ooh, get you right every time. Keep you laughing on a dime. Tell you truth, no lies. So you can live your best life. Cover all topics, no limits. Got something for your mama and your children, no holding back. No gimmicks, coming on strong, get straight to business. Oh yeah.
Do what she wanna do.
Live life, live life.
She do what she wanna do.
Live life, live life,
She
live
do
life.
what she wanna do.
Live life, live life,
She
live
do
life.
what she wanna do.
Live life, live life, live life. Live life, live life.
Hey, it's your girl Autumn, and I welcome you back to the Lit Life podcast, where I encourage you to live your life autonomously. I am back solo dolo. Y'all miss me solo? I don't know. Sometimes I'll be like, I really got to get on this mic by myself again. I appreciate all of the people who have recorded episodes with me and the people who are going to record episodes with me, because it get lonely sometimes. Like, you know, I like to laugh and stuff, and I'll say some stuff, you know, I'll be on a solo episode and say something funny, but I'll be like, am I corny for laughing at my own stuff? But anyways, so we're 3 days into spring, right? And the whole world is going to hell. I mean, I don't even really, you know, I think we've all kind of heard enough, and I'll probably, and you know, we'll all probably be talking about the coronavirus for, I don't know, the next, probably the rest of this year, as far as it affecting us. So, yeah, like we are having states slowly but surely go to at home mandatories where you have to stay home. You know, y'all know I'm gonna mess up all of the actual, like, what it's really called. I'm just make my own stuff up. but yeah, you know, we're in a pandemic, and I guess our government is trying to figure out how to cure the coronavirus, and vaccines, and I don't know. It just seemed like they're doing a lot of shit pretty backwards, and I'm not even going to get all into it, but that is how spring has started. So here in Georgia, honestly, for the last 2 months, it's kind of had a spring-like feel, not necessarily because of the temperature, because it actually had been pretty chilly, but because of the rain. So we had, at one point, we had like 50 something days straight of rain, like of some sort of precipitation in the Atlanta metro area. So it's been a depressing ass winter. I mean,
it's just so much rain. And then especially over the last few weeks, it's been like, I mean, it's really, really been raining. It rained a little bit today. I think we had a couple of days, like I said, here and there that we didn't get any rain, but we've been in a spring like feel. So now the pollen is up, so it's spring now because the pollen is up. You're seeing the pollen, you're seeing the big old bumblebees, and I hear that there's a actual like system crossing the United States right now that's gonna bring like the Midwest snow and bring us down south more rain. I don't know. Again, spring 2020 is just like I don't know. It's I don't know what to make of it. I saw a meme today on Twitter that said, "I swear 2020 is being managed by the Redskins front office." I died because that was funny. So because it really just feels like there's no hope for us. They trying to ruin Aries season. I know that's where the conspiracy is. Like everybody has a conspiracy, but for real, people don't be wanting Aries season to show up, and I don't know why, because it's the beginning of a new year for real. Like it's a fresh start. Like spring, Aries season, we're starting over. We're bringing the fire. It's time to have fun. It's time to be free. The sun is gonna come out, but y'all hating and everybody trying to shut us down. Like I don't even know. I had a fantastic birthday celebration planned. Like I was going to Vegas for the first time. I'll be turning 41 on April 1st. Y'all look out for the wish list that'll be out on Twitter. But I had this plan. You know what I'm saying? I was talking a few months ago, talking to Paco of Paco and Penrose Presents We Got the Draws, and were telling me about Smoke Free Weekend. So I'm like, bet, let's do it. Vegas, Smoke Free Weekend, April 16th through the 20th. We gonna go, we gonna, kick it. A bunch of people gonna get together. And then Rona come through and has shut every single thing down. And so we can't even go to Vegas. So now Smoke Free Weekend, they didn't cancel Smoke Free Weekend. They postponed it, but it's postponed until July. So July 23rd through the 27th, it's still going to be the same amount of lit. It might be a little bit more lit because now people have enough time to, get their funds together and see if they can actually come out. I'm sniffling, y'all. Sorry. To see if they can actually come out. It'll be in the middle of the summer, so it's going to be like extra, extra hot. We have a few more months to, get a bathing suit ready, and which is perfect, and a perfect time for me to mention that my third challenge, Running for My Life Spring 20, is now happening. So you could check that. You could check that out on my website, autumnthearies.com, or on my Instagram at autumnthearies, or on Facebook at Lit Life Podcast, or on Twitter. I think I did tweet it out at Autumn the Aries. So yes, we have enough time. So we're going to do this challenge, which ends on 4/20, right on time, right? And then I'm going to have another challenge maybe a few weeks after that, going into like Smoke Free Weekend or whatever. So So as some good things, are coming out of it, but they really are trying to trash my my birthday, and I don't even know I don't even know how to feel about it. Like, I guess I'll just, like I said, I'll put a wish list out and my Cash App, you know what I'm saying? That'll be my virtual safety pin that's going on my shirt for my birthday. And I don't know, if y'all love me, I guess, y'all will give me something or something. I don't know, donate something to the podcast, some coffee or something. Anyways, so yesterday I kept seeing a lot of people on Twitter talking about D Nice. Y'all know my name is D Nice, him from, back in the day or whatever. And that he was doing like these virtual, quarantine parties or whatever. And I'm you know how you see stuff and you like, all right, well, whatever. That's cool. It is what it is. That's what's up. But I was like, let me check this out, y'all. This man DJ'd for 9 hours straight. Okay. I will be able to tell my great grandchildren that I party, me, because I was there along with 100,000 other people were there. Did something happen down the street? Y'all hear them sirens? I hope there's everybody okay. Anyway, that I got to party with just about every, well-known celebrity that's important. I mean, like Michelle Obama was there. Rihanna was there. Like Ghost. I'm like, I thought Ghost was dead, but Ghost was there. Diddy, like just everybody was there, and this man DJ for over 9 hours, and I just wanted, it was literally the best thing that has happened like on a global level in months. Like this, I could not turn it off. Like, so I guess you can only go live on Instagram for, I don't know, maybe an hour or a little over an hour or something, and it cuts you off. Like, it kept cutting them off. And then Mark is it Zuckerberg? However you say his name, Mr. Facebook himself, was in there. Even, what's his name from MySpace? Is it Bob? Whatever his name was, the dude from MySpace, he was in there too. But anyway, Mark's in there. So I'm guessing at this point that because I don't know, because kind of towards the end, D Nice started saying something like, yeah, we're gonna get like a fundraiser together or something like that, and I'm pretty sure that was Mark's doing or whatever, because he had generated so much traffic to his Instagram. So I'm pretty sure they're trying to work together on something or whatever. But Mark extended his time a couple of the times, because he was trying to get to that 100K mark. And he did it like twice last night. And then he went on today for like a couple of hours, and he was at like 150,000, people in there. So like, kudos to him. I mean, I don't think maybe he does realize, but like, shout out to you, because you brought so many people together and made so many people smile. Like, I had not felt that type of positive energy, literally, like I said, for a couple of months, because so many things have been happening, like on top of this, coronavirus BS, just everything else, right? Remember, like, we've lost folks, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just our own personal things that we're dealing with. Just a couple of weeks ago, I dropped an episode about anxiety that I'm still dealing with. So, and it's stemming from other things that may be going on in my life, or something that, may be about to surface in my life and I'm not really sure about it. You know what I mean? Like, there's been so many stupid negative things going on, and you brought sunshine. And I appreciate, like, I literally got teary eyed when the stream hit 100K. So I don't know. I mean, I was like, all that was missing was Beyonce and Jay-Z, for real, and Barack. I'm sure him and Michelle was probably watching together, but yeah, it was amazing. So, shout out to D Nice. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the Shut the Fuck Up Award. Shut the fuck up. God damn, nigga. So I saw a tweet, because I always do. And it was something on the lines of a man being trash because a man being trash, or a man only dating women with no standards because they never saw that their mother had any standards. First of all, let's talk about this agenda, because we're always talking about agendas and, people pushing certain type of agendas. But this is one agenda that we hardly ever speak about, which is, we're just gonna blame the parents. Like, it has to be the parents' fault that, a child acts the way that they act, or that someone grew up the way that they grew up, because of the way they grew up is the reason why they carry themselves in a certain way. We're just so quick to want to point the finger instead of really trying to figure out what's wrong with a person. You know what I'm saying? So my Shut the Fuck Up award goes to people who always blame the parents for the child's behavior. Like, shut the fuck up, because that's not always it. I posed the question. So does it mean the same thing when a kid grows up and they're like a genius, and they or I'm not even gonna say a genius, like they just really worked really hard to get the best grades ever and got like $50,000 in scholarships and all this, that, and the other, but their parents were not so smart. So how does that work? If your theory was correct, wouldn't that mean that the kid wouldn't be smart too, or the kid wouldn't want to work? Like, they have lazy parents, so they're going to be lazy too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Why do we continue to say that? Now, that's not to say that growing up in certain type of households may not have an effect on you, because of course, sometimes probably more times than not, honestly, I can admit that, but that all I'm saying is that's not always the case. That is not always the case. So, stop being judgy McJusters, and I mean, really just mind your business. Like, I don't even know why the hell that was tweeted out in the first place. Anyways, I don't know if y'all hear that, but it's like a whole lot of damn sirens. Like, anyways, real quick, over the weekend, I everybody's been, going to the grocery store and, trying to go and gather all of the things that they need, because we don't know what day they're going to tell us we can't come back outside, because, we know it's coming. But I went to the gun shop to get some more ammunition for my gun, because, you can never have enough of that. And so I live down the street from the biggest gun store in America, like literally, like it's literally the biggest gun store in the United States. And it was so packed. Like, if you were going in there to purchase a firearm, you were going to be in there at the very least, on average, 3 hours. Like, that is how long, because, you have to go through the whole registration process and all that. But, first you have to wait around all of the cases for someone to be available to help you, answer your questions, or, handle whatever firearm that they have in, back there. Because, of course, they're not sitting out where you could just pick them up and go. So, like, on average, people are in there 3 hours. At the very least. So I just thought that was, I've been seeing it on Twitter and, the news or whatever. And I don't know. All I am concerned about is, somebody trying to come in my house, because I'm not going to be, if they tell us not to be in the streets, I'm not going to be in the streets. But I've just, you guys know, I've been, wanting to make sure that I had a firearm and all that good stuff. So I got one a few months ago, and just been trying to do the right thing and to protect myself, because people will come. I think I've said this earlier on the podcast. People will come and just randomly knock on my door. So it's like, and I'll answer it, because I don't want I don't want people to think that I'm not here. So what's going to happen when I don't answer it? You know what I'm saying? Like, is somebody going to come up in here? You know what I'm saying? I have to think about things like that. So I had already been like ahead of the game, and then the whole Corona thing happened, and everybody decided that they needed to get guns, because the same reason why they felt like they needed to get all the toilet paper. I don't know. But anyway, I just thought I would throw that in there. So I am going to take a little break, and then I'm going to come back with my topic, which is actually the top 5 things you need to stop lying to me and to yourself about. Be right back. All right, I'm back, and I'm still hearing sirens. Like, something pretty bad must have happened. So, prayerfully, nobody is hurt or anything. Anyways, so real quick, I want to get in. Y'all know I kind of love these top 5 things. I'm always trying to think of new top 5s to do, because I don't know, they're just fun to do. So today's top 5 is the top 5 things you need to stop lying to me and to yourself about. Y'all know I can't, and here I go. I'm about to, let me just calm down. Hold on. I cannot stand a liar. Like, I don't care what it is. I don't care what it's about, who it's about. I don't care if it pertains to the way that you're living your life. When it comes to me, and I'm speaking specifically about myself right now. I'm not going to speak for anybody else, but when it comes to me, You, and this is, and when I say you, I'm talking to anybody that can hear me right now. You do not have to lie to me. I am the one person, and I'm not the one person. I mean, I'm doing the most right now, but it is what it is. I am the person that you do not have to lie to. Which means if you're lying because, here I go, I'm off track. If you're lying because you're afraid of some sort of rejection or something like that, I need you to grow up. Because we're all afraid of rejection. Like listen, you tell me no about anything and I'm definitely gonna pout. So, but I'm gonna get over it. Like, and I'm not gonna lie to get whatever it is I want. But anyway, back on track. You do not ever have to lie to me. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started on my list. I have a top 5. They're not necessarily in like any type of order, maybe. And I'll probably end up with more than 5 while I'm talking, but it just is what it is. So number 5. Please do not lie to me and say that you've done something that you have not done. For example, let me tell y'all, here's story time. Let me tell y'all about what this girl did on Facebook. We in this Facebook group. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it's about because it's, we in this Facebook group doing the most, basically. This girl gets in there, goes in there, posts all these pictures of this food. It was like some waffles and whatever, saying that, she really enjoyed getting up this morning and making this meal for her man. But why did she take the pictures from somewhere else on the internet and they weren't her pictures? Like she went to a website or something and came in there and was trying to fool everybody. Why did you have to lie about that? You didn't do that. You didn't do that. You didn't do any of that. Like, what made you feel, what did you need to feel so much of till you had to come in here and lie and say that you cooked this meal for this man? Like, don't say you listen to my podcast and you ain't listen to it. 'Cause I don't care. Okay. I started this podcast not knowing exactly where it was gonna go, definitely not thinking that it was gonna be where it is now. And that's not to say that, it's Joe Budden or anything, but I've come a long way in my eyes. And I'm proud of myself for it, and I appreciate all of my listeners, and I appreciate the people who retweet or regram my episodes, or just engage with me on social media, because it's very, very important. Like I say that all the time. That's how you can support your even if you don't listen to the podcast, you can maybe retweet something or say, hey, listen to my homie's podcast, whatever. I appreciate all of that stuff. But don't say that you've listened to it and you have not. I don't care, because because there's enough people who listen to it, who I do engage with, and I know who listen to it. You know what I mean? And there's a whole lot of people that are listening that have never said anything to me and said, "Hey girl, I'm listening." But I know that there's other people listening. So I'm not going to be upset with you because you didn't hear episode 27. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be upset with you because you listened to part 1 or part 2 of the Hito series and didn't listen to part 1. I'm not going to be upset about that at all. So there's no point in lying and saying that you've listened to it. You know what I'm saying? Like these type of lies really just make me itch. Like, there's no purpose in saying that you've done something that you didn't. And then people will they'll tell you a whole story. Like, they'll start at one little place, like, I was at that concert. And then next thing you know, they was backstage and signed a non-disclosure agreement. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they've went off on a whole ass tangent of something that didn't even happen, like, for a while. All right, I'm gonna keep it moving. Number 4. And number 4, actually, because I tweeted out and asked a question, but this one came from Big Love Above on Twitter. Don't lie about how much money you have. Like, don't lie about things. Don't lie about money, your credit score. Don't lie about what something that you say you've had in the past. I don't understand, like, what, don't, your career. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you tell me 3 different things that you tell me 3 totally different things that you say that you've done, but I can come back and ask you about it and you don't remember telling me that, or, don't, let me refocus, because I'm rambling because it be kind of pissing me off. Do not lie about the things that you have. Do not lie and say that you have things that you don't, basically. Don't do that. And you know what? It kind of goes the other way too. I have talked to people who say that they will say, that they work as, just for instance, I don't know, CNA, but they're really a doctor. They'll tell you that they do something that does not pay as much as they actually do because they want to test you or whatever. Nigga, ain't nobody got time for that. Who has time for that? First of all, I'm never the first person to ask anybody what they do for a living. Like, I just, you know what I mean? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think it's rude. I think it's a great piece for conversation, but I'm not going to do it. If it comes up, then, we could talk about what it is we do for a living or whatever. But why would you do something like, to me, that's a game that you're playing. Because you want to see if somebody gonna be down with you if you taking the bus as opposed to riding in a Benz. Like, that's childish. You know what I'm saying? We too old for that. That's childish. Don't do that. So and I know both men and women who do it. Like, I just don't. And maybe it's because I only make a couple of pennies. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's because I'm not in, a higher tax bracket and I don't have those problems. You know what I'm saying? maybe that's what it is. So, I don't know. Maybe if I was in a higher tax bracket, maybe I would understand where they're coming from. But then again, I think about it and I'm just like, no, because because you're lying. You are offering up a lie. You know what I'm saying? For no reason in the very beginning of meeting people, because that's when you talk about, what it is you do for a living, and I'm not even talking about, just in dating, but in general, you meet somebody and y'all start to talk about, what you do for a living. So why would you lie about that? So, all right. Number 3. I'm pretty sure that y'all knew this one would be on the list, but can we stop lying about sex? Is that one thing that we can stop lying about now? I mean, I'm talking to let me just talk to I'm talking to everybody, but maybe specifically 35 and up. I don't know. Can we stop lying about that? Like, I don't need you. I don't need any. Okay. I don't need you to add any inches to what you already have, because if it happens, like, you don't think the person you lied to gonna remember that? Like, don't, if the ladies, don't tell that man you got legs like Meg. Don't look at you like you got knees like Meg the Stallion. Don't do it, cause he gonna try you. Do not do it. Do not do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be going around here. I mean, I guess that's just straight to the point. Like, there's not even much that I can elaborate on, but, and you guys know, I haven't been dating. And so I hear stories, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the stuff that people tell me. And I be like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, this is not true. This is not true. And, they'll be serious. It's just like people are still lying on their sex game, men and women. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? So I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to leave that where it is. Just don't do that. Don't be... No, just don't do it. Number 2. And this is kind of a big one for me that kind of it shouldn't irritate me like it does, but it does. I need us in this digital age to stop lying on our appearance. I remember, let's see, maybe this is probably a couple of years ago. You know how you're on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, and you make social circles. You come in contact with social circles, and you guys start to meet up. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, it could be a friends group, it could be, whatever type of group it is. Running group, sorority, fraternity, whatever. And you see a person online, and then you see them in person and you don't know who they are. And that's not to say that in person that they're like, ugly or whatever, because I mean that's subjective anyway, but that's not to say that they're, they toe up or nothing. It's just that they look completely different. Like a couple of years ago, I met someone in person, a young lady actually, and through a social group that we met in. And we're all in the what you want to call it, the cigar bar. We're all in the cigar bar, and like she was literally sitting like a couple of seats over from me, and I had seen this girl in this group all the time, and I'm like, who? That can't be her. That can't be her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that cannot be her. And it was her. And she just looked completely different. And it had to do with, filters and angles. I mean, like, none of her pictures looked like her. And then there's, everybody, I won't say okay. Everybody has good angles. We all play the angles game. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, though, why do we have to overdo it? Why do we have to overdo it? Like, fellas, if you are, 5'5", we're going to know this. Like, when we meet you, we're going to know this. So there's no reason in kind of taking an angle picture when that's going to make you look taller. If that makes sense. I don't know. I'm not trying to be like whack about it, because again, we all have angles. Look, y'all know, I say it all the time. I got this kangaroo pouch belly that I hate. And I got like 20 pounds that I feel like I need to lose, and some toning up that I need to do. But people know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's pictures out there of me and my belly, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was in Jamaica butt ass naked. People know what my belly look like, you know what I'm saying? So that's not the thing. But of course, I'm gonna take a picture, and I'm gonna want to make sure that I look my best in the picture. But it's not like people don't already know what I got packing around this this spare tire I got around my waist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just the hat fishing. I've talked about all this. We gotta stop. And that's one of those that you're not only lying to other people, but you're lying to yourself about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it without sounding like, I feel like I'm sounding like I'm low key hating or something, but that's really not. It is just it's just like, at what point are you going to accept the fact that not even that. At what point are you going to accept that you are dope the way that you are? Like, you're dope without the filters. You're dope without looking tall. You're dope without Photoshop. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's more so what it is. And it's, again, beauty and being beautiful and cute and even thick. Even the term thick is, all of that is subjective. It really all is. So it's just like, I just want the things that we do, I want them to be done for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, every picture that you take does not have to be for to attract someone. I mean, you could show everybody, but it doesn't necessarily have to be to attract someone. It's okay to not be perfect. And I know I have my own insecurities, you know what I'm saying? But and I may be talking a little bit to myself, but overall, when it comes to just physical appearance and when you're showing yourself on the internet and stuff, it doesn't always have to be perfect, because we're gonna see. You know what I mean? Like, and I understand first impressions, I understand all of that, but everything just does. You just don't have to do it like that all the time, is all I'm saying. Like, filtered, all that stuff is fun. It really is fun. But I just don't want, I don't like to see people being hurt behind stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I've just heard way too many stories, but I'm gonna get off of it. So anyways, let me go ahead and get on to the last one. So this one, I don't know. It ain't heavy, but and it's primarily what I want you to stop lying to yourself about. Not even necessarily to, me or other people. Just, I want people to sit with this. Stop lying to yourself about wanting to be monogamous, when indeed that's not what you want to do. And I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I think it's very important that you understand the things that you like, or the things that you want in life, and how you're going to get those things, and what makes you happy, what doesn't make you happy, all of that, right? And in speaking on all of that, we think about relationships. And when you think about failed relationships, not relationships that, you guys are just like, all right, I don't know if this gonna work between us. You know what I'm saying? But when you think about like maybe terribly failed relationships, it always has to do with infidelity and money. It's usually a mixture of the two. And it's because people aren't being transparent with one another. And that's because people aren't being truthful with themselves. So, and it's hard because all our lives we've been taught that, as a little girl, you're going, you want to grow up and you want to go to college and you want to get married and start a family and have your white picket fence and your dog, and, and you're going to live happily ever after. Even if that's not the type of household that you grew up in, that's the expectation in growing up, right? You're going to graduate high school, you're going to go to college, and then you're going to get married. And you know what I mean? Like in your mid-20s, you're going to get married. That's always been the going narrative. And for the men, it's like, yeah, you're going to marry, you're going to have a beautiful wife, and you're going to provide and take care of her, and you guys are going to live happily ever after. You guys are going to have kids, and that's it. You guys are going to live happily ever after. But nobody ever really talks about, what if that's not what you really want to do? And actually all of that, just like, I could have stopped at going to college. The expectation is for you to graduate high school and go to college. But what if you don't want to go to college? I mean, there's plenty other options. You know what I'm saying? And it goes the same for relationships. Everybody does not want to be in a traditional relationship. Meaning, when I say traditional relationship, I mean a man and a woman being in a monogamous relationship. Some people, want to be in, but some people are gender fluid and like to refer to themselves as such. And so they're, not necessarily a man, not necessarily a woman, like, you know what I mean? Like all these different ways of having relationships. Nobody ever said that there, we'll have all these other different variations, but nobody especially said, well, what if one person is not enough? Now, I am not, I have a monogamous heart. You know what I'm saying? Like I am, but I support any type of poly relationship. Like if you feel like you need to have more than one partner, be it, wife or husband or, some sort of play partner or whatever. I think that you should do that. And the reason why, one reason why is because, again, I'm here to promote you living your life autonomously. And if that's what's going to make you happy and then that's going to make you feel like you have some sort of autonomy over your life, then do that. But also because you're going to, you doing that, you being poly, you having more than one partner, and you being transparent about it means that you're not hurting someone else. So, instead of you deciding to get married because you met a nice man or a woman and y'all both wanted to settle down and y'all both, had all these similar goals, but you never said that, one person is not enough for you, because people know these things, especially, by the time they hit, mid 30s, they know, you didn't say that. And now you've married this person and you already knew that they weren't enough, but now they're finding out that they're not enough because you're doing X, Y, and Z because you weren't transparent in the very beginning. So now you've hurt someone, or now you've hurt a few people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, and I know that there's so many people that will not agree with that, and that's cool. That's okay. You're entitled to your opinion as I'm entitled to mine. But I just feel like that's the better thing to do. It's a hard thing to do because there's not a whole lot of people that either want to or are willing to admit that they are okay with being in some sort of poly relationship. And we may have... It's just one of those lifestyles that it may take the people here in America to kind of grasp. We live in a very liberal type of place, but it's going to take a while for them for the world to kind of accept that or or whatever it is I'm trying to say. But that's kind of your bag, you know what I'm saying? Like you just have to carry that with you. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's better to live your truth and deal with that type of stuff as it comes along than, again, it is to hurt somebody in the process because you waited 5 years before you told them, well, you know what, I feel like I would like another partner. You know what I'm saying? So that's my number one. I think it kind of ranked. If I had to rank things, I think that would be my number one. Because again, I don't know. I've just seen it so much, and I understand. It's a hard. It may be a hard conversation to have. Actually, there are some people that's like, look, this what I do. Like it's not hard for them at all to have a conversation. So kudos to them. And people get offended by it, but I'm like, at least they told you the truth. Like there's no reason to be offended by them living their truth and wanting to, not pushing their truth on anybody or setting any type of agenda, but they're just saying, hey, this is how I live. And if you are not trying to be down with that, then I don't know what type of space, I don't know if you'll be able to comfortably fit in our space. Like, you have to respect them for that. You have to respect them for that. So yeah, it's time. It is time. We are living in crazy times, and no matter what the relationship is, friendship, relationship, situationship, hell, I don't know, flew me out ship, whatever. I just need y'all to start being a little bit more honest with yourself and with each other. So I think that's all I got. I think that's all I got right now. So yeah, I hope that you all are taking care of yourselves and each other. I hope that you all are playing your part in this whole social distancing thing that we're doing, because we got to get through this, guys. So let's just go ahead and just kind of listen to, well, I was going to say kind of listen to the news, but I'm not even going to say that. Let's just try to be compliant. And, when they give us these orders to stay in the house, let's just go ahead and hunker down and stay in the house, and we're going to get through this. So I am going to go ahead and let you all go. So until you hear me again, peace.